Hello and welcome to a new season of Devils in Detail. I'm Carson Field, he's Ethan Schmidt, and we've got a lot of ASU sports to talk about today.
I'll tell you what, Carson, I'm excited. Fall's a busy time of the year. ASU football, soccer, and volleyball have all begun conference play, and hockey is not too far off as well. To kick things off, I'm with football reporter Cody Whitehouse to break down ASU's 27-20 loss to number 10 ranked Washington this past weekend. Now, Cody, the Sun Devils didn't get the outcome they quite wanted to have, but what were some of your takeaways from the game up in Seattle?
First off, Ethan, thank you for having me. My biggest takeaway has to be that the offense really doesn't have identity yet. We saw, so far this season, we've seen the run game either do well or the passing game. We haven't really found that perfect mixture between the two. Last game, it was really a run game. Ran the ball 6 times on the first possession after a Chase Lucas interception on the first play of the game from scrimmage. Then we really saw nothing from senior Manny Wilkins, only threw the ball for 104 yards. So we really need to find a mix in that offense between running and passing in order for ASU to find success.
Yeah, Cody, you talk about the balance of this offense. It was almost completely flip-flopped. ASU couldn't get the passing game going, but they finally established their ground game. But let's talk about N'Keal Harry. He was only limited to just 20 yards on 5 catches. So what is ASU going to have to do to make sure he's involved in every game from here on out?
It's really got to be the other receivers that got to help N'Keal Harry out. The defense has been able to really double-team N'Keal Harry, allowing, those other receivers to have one-on-one situations, and either Manny Wilkins or those receivers such as Frank Darby, Kyle Williams haven't been able to really succeed from that. So we got to see those other receivers step up so N'Keal Harry can quit being double-teamed. And also we need to see N'Keal Harry more on special teams. We saw him in the punt return game once against Washington, had a big return in that game. So we're really just going to have to see N'Keal Harry get the ball in his hands no matter what way.
Well, now the Sun Devils are jumping right into the Pac-12 gauntlet, and they welcome Oregon State into Tempe this Saturday. What is ASU going to have to do well in this game, Cody?
They're going to have to run the ball well. They did it well against Washington, and I really think Herm Edwards is going to push that in his pro-style offense. We're going to see Nick Ralston, linebacker, play fullback this week, so we're going to see the fullback implemented at ASU. And we're really just going to have to see that run game step up in order for this, passing attack and N'Keal Harry and the rest of those receivers really step up.
Well, thank you, Cody. We appreciate you coming on today. You can check out all of Cody's content and all of our ASU football coverage at devilsindetail.com.
For Pitchforks in the Pros, one Sun Devil is making his mark on Major League Baseball, Jason Kipnis. The Indians' second baseman recorded his 1,000th hit of his career, and how did he do it? A walk-off home run. Since joining the league in 2011, Kipnis has made 2 All-Star appearances and has a career batting average of .263. This year, his 17 home runs and 72 RBIs have been a major factor in the Tribe's division win. Cleveland has already clinched the AL Central and is slated for an ALDS matchup with the Astros. Back to you, Ethan.
ASU soccer is off to a hot start to begin the 2018 season. The Sun Devils are now 6-2 after winning 4 games in a row. They came out on top in their first road Pac-12 match in 2 years, beating Cal 2-1. It was ASU's first victory against the Golden Bears since 2006. Freshman Nicole Douglas led the way with a goal and an assist. Douglas now has 6 goals through 7 games, and the Devils look to keep the hot hand with matches coming up at home against Colorado and Utah this week.
Well, hopefully we can see some more wins this season. Now to the court, I'm here with volleyball reporter Adam Noel to talk about the latest in ASU volleyball. Adam, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Carson. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Most recently, the Sun Devils opened Pac-12 play with 2 road tests against Arizona and Cal. The Devils lost the first match in 3 sets, but the Sun Devils rebounded against California in Berkeley 3-2. What was the biggest difference between those 2 matches?
I think the biggest difference was limiting the amount of mistakes the Sun Devils had. The serving was really clean, not many errors, a great job responding with these runs that Cal had, and it looked like the team had the match in the 4th set, but they dropped it and they could have lost it in the 5th, but they did a great job bouncing back and holding on in that 5th set. And by doing that, they were able to take it to extended points and they won the match.
All right, going forward, Adam, are there any specific things that the team needs to improve on to win more conference games?
Well, for sure, there needs to be an improvement in limiting the amount of hitting errors. I think that although they got by Cal, they're not going to get past many other Pac-12 teams if they're going to have as many hitting errors as they have. They need to increase that hitting percentage, and that's going to make it a lot closer for these other Pac-12 foes that they have.
All right, before you go, Adam, which player has stepped up the most for the Sun Devils in the early part of the season?
There's definitely been a team MVP. I would say that at the moment it is Ivana Yeremich, and she has done an outstanding job. She's super consistent, leads the Pac-12 in double-doubles this season. Against Cal, she had 17 kills and 19 digs, an outstanding mark for her. And each and every game, she's really shown up for the team, and that's why they're 1-1 in Pac-12 play this season.
Great stuff, Adam. You can see the rest of his work and all of our ASU volleyball coverage at devilsindetail.com.
With the season opener just weeks away, the Arizona State men's ice hockey team is gearing up for what they hope to be their best season yet. Many successful hockey teams look toward their veteran players to lead the team both in the locker room and on the ice. However, for this Sun Devils team, their incoming crop of recruits are going to be leaned on heavily to produce on both ends of the ice. This, a testament to the quality of the incoming class, rather than a lack of depth already on the roster. Dimitrios Koumantzis, Josh Maniscalco, and Austin Lemieux will share the spotlight this year as players to watch in the desert. For Koumantzis, he'll be the first true freshman in program history, generating 49 points in 21 games for Edina High School and a Minnesota Mr. Hockey finalist. He'll be sure to add speed and craft to an offense in need of punch and playmaking ability. Josh Maniscalco will be the first USN TDP player to suit up for the Sun Devils. After originally committing to play at the University of Minnesota, Maniscalco decommitted and committed to Arizona State. The reason for this decision was simple. He explained, quote, "I'm a huge fan of new programs to the NCAA. I was all for jumping aboard the new program down at ASU." Maniscalco will bring a physical and mobile presence to the Sun Devils' blue line. Austin Lemieux, a last name that will never go unrecognized around a hockey rink. Lemieux was a redshirt last season, as there were often questions surrounding his ability to compete given his undersized frame. Lemieux is eager to begin his college hockey career and display his skill and high hockey IQ after a season off, where he studied the college game and added 10 pounds to his frame. Forwards PJ Morocco and Jordan Sandu, defenseman Connor Stewart, Jared Gorley, and goalie Evan DeBrouwer will round out the incoming class for the Sun Devils this season as they look towards their first winning season in program history. With top recruits beginning to choose ASU, the tradition has certainly begun. The tradition that is Arizona State Sun Devils hockey.
Awesome work, Chase. Well, there's a new sheriff in town, Carson, and it's Merlin Robertson. The true freshman linebacker had 11 total tackles, 7 of his own, in ASU's loss to the Huskies last Saturday. He also had the team's only sack of the game. Robertson now leads the team with 3.5 tackles for loss on the season, and that's why he's our Devils in Detail Athlete of the Week.
Merlin Robertson has certainly been a big factor to this improved defense, but I think that's all the time we have for today's show. For more things on ASU sports, make sure to visit devilsindetail.com and check us out on Twitter at devils_detail. See you next time.
Oh, nice. Laughing at my pay.